time for a puppet show. Come in from the rain and see a puppet show. All right, well, welcome everyone. The name of the show is Petronella. It's written by a man named Jay Williams. My name is Shay Wishna. I'm your puppeteer for this morning. And on guitar is Mr. John Tepley. Thank you. Now, I'd like to tell you a little bit about the puppets before we begin because they're quite unusual. These puppets are from a country called Indonesia, which is halfway around the world from us. And they're called Wayang Menak puppets. And in the Wayang puppet tradition, you have 5 different character types. And this gentleman here, he plays Petronella's father, King Peter the 28th. And he's a strong character type. And you can tell this by the color of his skin, as he's got a very strong constitution. And he walks with a lot of strength, and he makes bigger steps than some of the other characters. So he moves like this. Dutting bomb, dutting bomb, dutting bomb, dutting bomb, da 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 da. Well, we can't call her Peter. We'll have to call her something else. Da 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 da. This character here plays Petronella's mother. This is Queen Blossom. And she is a refined character type, which basically means that she moves more slowly and that she speaks more quietly than the other puppet did. So she moves like this. Da da da, trek, trek, da da da, trek, trek, da da da, trek, 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 trek. No, my husband, we can't call her Peter. Let's call her Petronella.
Where are we going now?
And that's how that character moves. Now, the most important puppet in the Indonesian puppet chest is this puppet here. It's called a kayon, or a tree of life puppet. On one side, you see a beautiful tree of life. It represents creation and order. And on the other side, you see chaos and destruction. This puppet begins and ends every performance in an Indonesian puppet show. It can also be used as a prop. So it can be a magic flying carpet, or it can be an army marching into battle, or it can be the doorway to a cave or a door into a room. So now, we would like to begin Petronella. In the kingdom of Sky Clear Mountain, 3 princes were always born to the king and queen. The oldest prince was always called Michael. The middle prince was always called George. And the youngest prince was always called Peter. In time, the princes would grow up and go off to seek their fortunes. Whatever happened to the eldest prince and the middle prince, no one ever knew. But the youngest prince always rescued a princess, brought her home, and in time ruled over the kingdom. That was the way it had always been. And so far as anyone knew, that was the way it would always be. Until now. Now is the time of King Peter the 28th and his queen, the Lady Blossom. An eldest prince was born, and a middle prince. But the youngest prince turned out to be a girl. Well, we can't call her Peter. No, my husband. Let's call her Petronella. And what's to be done about it, I'm sure I don't know. There was nothing to be done. The years passed and the time came for the princes to go out to seek their fortunes. I'm going to get you, brother. Not if I get you first. home while the two of you go off and have adventures, you are mistaken. I'm going with you. Pet! What will people say? Look, Pet, be reasonable. Stay home. Sooner or later, a prince will show up here. I'm going with you. I'll find a prince if I have to rescue one from something myself. And that's final. Goodbye, Mother. Goodbye, Father. Take care, daughter. Don't worry, Mother. We'll look out for her. You boys take good care. We will, Father. Oh, goodness me. And all of a sudden we have an empty nest. All of the chickadees have flown the coop, my love. Whatever will we do? Oh, my dearest. Don't be too sad. Finally, it's just the two of us, and we can do some of the things we've always wanted to do together, like go to the country fair. Finally, I'll have the chance to wear the utilikilt you gave me last solstice. Oh, yes, and I've always wanted to wear a pair of butterfly wings. Well, there you have it, my love. Now come with me, dearest. I have a surprise for you. In the family room, I finally got us one of those flat-screen TVs. Oh, you're so clever. Petronella and the princes set off the next morning. They rode out into the flatlands below Sky Clear Mountain. They rode for many days before it turned into a great dark forest filled with trees and shadows. Finally, the road divided into three, and there at the crossroads sat a little, wrinkled old man covered with dust and cobwebs. So, brother, I have a theory as to why we have never heard from our uncles, Michael and George, and I think it's because they changed their names after they left Sky Clear Mountain. I mean, really, who wants to be George the 27th? Oh, really, brother, so this is your theory? Yes. What are the two of you chattering about? Well, sister, I think our brother George is ready to change his name. Is that right, George? And what would you choose for your new name? I think I'm more of a Joshua, or perhaps a Zachary. That's very funny, George. Tell me, old man, where do these roads go to? The road on the left goes to the city of Graz. The road in the center goes to the kingdom of Bliss. The road to the right goes to the house of Albion the Enchanter. And that's one. What do you mean by, and that's one?